to deliver this useful and informative lecture.
Yeah, let me start, ma'am.
Okay.
So I hope you all can see the screen now. Yes, can I get some yes?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
sir.
once again, I thank
Hmm.
the management and principal and the organizing team for this wonderful seminar or webinar on latex formatting for beginners using overlay. And as ma'am introduced me that I'm Jayachandran, assistant professor, Nanda Engineering College. And my objective of this particular webinar is participants will be able to not only just understand what it is, but also will be able to create IEEE formatting or other journal formatting using LaTeX. LaTeX, as principal ma'am said, that it is a typesetting software kind of thing, which is providing high quality typesetting system that includes extra features designed for the protection of specifically are not restricted to the technical and scientific documentations. Yeah, so let me begin. And one more thing, I'm not going to give you more theoretical background, more theoretical information like PPT slides. So instead, I'm going to give you a small introduction about what is LaTeX and what is there in the LaTeX. And then we'll move to the software and where we will discuss what are the syntaxes available and how to use the syntax and all these brief information while using the software itself. But for now, let me present something about the theoretical background, what we are going to use in the LaTeX software or in the overlay. So this is first thing, the first and foremost thing actually. So it is a classes in LaTeX. So every LaTeX document that begins with the document class with the class name, and every syntax that comes with this backslash. So without this backslash, that will not be considered as a syntax in LaTeX. So the first and foremost thing is the backslash along with the document class. So what is this document class? So class is nothing but what type of document we are intent to prepare. For example, if you are preparing an article, then we can put article in this class name, and that will provide article kind of setups, which is useful for scientific journals presentation and short presentation or program documents. Or if it is IEEE trans, which means that provides the format for IEEE transaction papers. And like that, if you want to create a books, that class name will be book. Or if you want to create any slides or beamer kind of presentation thing, that will be appear in the document class. I'll show you when we discuss in the software itself. So this is the first and foremost thing, that class should be mentioned in the first line of the every LaTeX document. That will give you the documentation for the corresponding work. And as I said, the first line should be document class and class name. And it is not just the class name you are going to mention, but along with this class name, you can mention the size of the document, which means whether you want 12 point or 2 columns, or the paper size is letter paper or A4 size paper. So whatever the things which we would like to present, that can be appeared over here within this square bracket. And the next word is the type of document. Okay, and these are all the list of documents which are available and not restricted to these, but the most important documents I have given for the presentation. And the second important thing is packages. So package is a file or a collection of files containing extra LaTeX command and programming which add new styling, featuring or modifying the already existing system, which means it is simple. So if you are typing a mathematics equation, then we have to provide this use package AMS mathematics. It is a simple example. So this AMS mathematics that gives you, if you are typing a mathematical equations or symbols, this will support for those mathematical equations and symbols, not just this package. Like that, we have so many packages available. They will be useful for creating your mathematics tool or normal font size, or if you want to create a caption, sub captions. So for each and everything, we are going to produce, or we are going to add some use package, and this package will support the syntax what you are going to provide. Okay, so a lot of packages available, not only these packages, but you can see here. So starting from AMS maths to anything, so there are plenty of use packages available. Input NAC, which is encoding your input to text, and if you are using a long table, you have to produce long table use package. And if you want to give a space, Then you have to give a set space use package, which means spacing between the lines and other things. And if you want to give a caption or subcaption, you are going to produce use package of subcaption. So like this, there are variety of packages available. They are going to support the syntax what you are going to produce in the documentation. And the third important thing is begin document and end document. So content begins with this begin document and end with the end document. So whatever the things you are going to add in this two line, begin document and end document, that thing is going to be executed, and you can see that in the output. Except the title, author name and other things, whatever the things we are going to produce between these two, that only will be appear in the output PDF site. If you are not giving anything in between, you will get a syntax error. Or if you are giving some documents after this end document, that will not be run in the output slide. So the thing is, whatever the things we are giving in between these two lines, these are the executable syntaxes. So three things are important. First thing is document class. You are going to give a class name along with some extra information. And the second important thing, use packages. And the third important thing is begin and end document. And whether the latex is always better than word or not. So from my point of view and from my experience, through our company we are providing article writing, latex formatting, everything. So from my experience, what I can say is, in some location latex is better than word, in some location word is better than latex. So it is kind of a trade-off thing, which means some locations where the mathematical equations are involved and mathematical alignment and figure alignment, you're going to fit in something in between the text. In some of these locations latex might be helpful, but since we are familiar with words, word also helpful in some other location. Okay, so it is not that latex is always better than word. Some location where it is mostly excited and useful in symbols like mathematics equations and other formatting text, that will be useful, but not always latex is better than word. And if you are writing a journal, these are all the important things we are going to cover, which means we are going to have title and author names, and surely we'll have an abstract for the journal formatting, as well as paragraph, and some figures are there, tables. And since you are a mathematics department, the most important thing is you'll have a plenty of equations which will be available in your scientific journals. We'll discuss that also. And finally, you're going to add some references. And I saw your syllabus also. And if I'm not covering anything except which means if I miss any topics from the syllabus, you kindly take it as a home assignment. I'll try to cover almost everything from beginning to the last one, a reference. Your syllabus will be completely getting into this particular area. But if I miss anything, you kindly take it as a home assignment, and you can try to yourself with the basic information what I provide. Yeah. And the other thing is, there are different kinds of fonts and alignments also available, and we'll discuss this when we work on the software. Okay, I'm just telling you how to change the size of the font from tiny to hugest font. And if you want to change the shape of the font, you do it with the help of italic. Means you have to put slash text it, and you have a text. That text will be appear in the italic mode, right? I'll tell you that everything in the software when we work. Okay. Yeah. And this is another important area. So there are plenty of latex formatting softwares available, and for now you are not going to install any software and you are not going to work anything on the software. So instead what I'm going to do is, I'm going to take an online compiler, right, that is called Overleaf, and through which I'm going to provide the basic information which is required. And once you are okay with the basic information and syntaxes and how to use those syntaxes, and you will be able to install your text studio or share latex or text maker or midtext, whatever it is. Once the basic information is understand, then you can use this with the any software. But for now, for this presentation, you're going to watch everything in the Overleaf online compiler. Yeah, so that's all my PPT presentation. We'll straight away get into the Overleaf and see how things are working on it. Yeah, so if you go to Google, type overleaf.com, and this is overleaf.com. You're going to compile all your latex syntaxes. And since I already have a login, it automatically have taken into this particular page, which is the project page. So you can see here my account has been already logged in, and if you do not have account, just create an account with your mail ID and you can get into this. It is very simple, right? Like creating a Gmail account, Facebook account. By using mail ID, you can get into this and you can do uh, formatting using LaTeX. And this is specifically useful for LaTeX formatting. Okay, and there are plenty of information also available in Overleaf itself. If you go to overleaf.com and you can search the syntaxes and other type of packages information in Overleaf itself, right? So for now, I'm going to create a new project, right? And webinar on LaTeX. Yeah. So once you give this, you have created a new project, and that itself will give you some basic information with the project name, right? So you can see title is the webinar on LaTeX, and author name, that is my name. My mail ID has been taken like this, and we have a date. All these information that provides, and you can see the right side window. So right side window is an output window, which means immediately what you are typing here, once you compile it, you can see the output on the right side of the window. This is editor window, this is your output window. And once you complete your document, and here you can see download PDF, you can download it as a PDF, and then you can have your own document. Or if you want to share, you can share that also here. If you want to submit your paper, you can submit here itself, right? So let me begin with this basic syntaxes. So as I mentioned in the PPT, you can see document class. So document class is article, and you see the output is looking like this. Okay, and if I change this article name into some other article, now you see the orientation of the paper. Compile it, and you can see the output. Now see, so that itself will give you the orientation for particular thing. If it is a beamer is a useful for PPT presentation. So you can create a kind of PPT presentation with the help of just changing this article name, right? So if you want to go back to the article, I'll put article, and in front of it, within the square bracket, you can give font size, for example 12 point, and you compile it. Now I have given article for the class. Now you can see the size of the thing is improved compared to the previous article setup. Okay, and the title is over here already, it appears, and you see all the syntaxes are in the blue color, which appeared after this backslash. If you remove this backslash, then this will not be a syntax and you will get an error, or that particular line will not appear. Okay, so you need to be very careful. Whichever the syntax you are going to give, that should be a backslash. Okay, and if you compile it, you'll get it. Yeah, now you see webinar on LaTeX appear as a title, and author name you can change it if you want. And the date, if you do not want date over here, you just delete the date and compile it. Control S also compile, and the date will disappear. Okay, and you see here whatever the thing between begin document and end document, that will appear here, which means this make title syntax that will enable this webinar on LaTeX. And I have given section introduction between begin document and end document, and that will appear over here. Or if I type anything, so let's suppose today seminar on LaTeX, then if you compile it, that will appear here. Okay, so whatever you give between begin document and end document, those things will be appear here. Okay, so we'll discuss one by one clearly, and kindly pay your attention. Okay, so first thing is article is over. When you change the article name, that will give you different orientation, and these are all the basic information for title. And to enable this title, you want to give make title in between begin document and end document, and whatever they are going to type here, that will appear there. Okay, and if you do not want anything like this, you can just remove this, and you will get disappear of the particular line over here. And second thing, use package. So use package will give you support for the syntax what you are going to make in between begin document and end document. And this particular UTF-8 input ENC is nothing but a encoding, which means that supports for the basic typewriting words and other English letters, alphabetic letters, and ASCII words. Some of the ASCII words also useful, and this particular package will support for those things. Okay, so these are all the basic thing that will appear once you open the project in the overlay. Okay, and what else you are going to get over here is, uh, so whenever you are going to be using a scientific journals, there should be one thing which is called abstract. So abstract should be there. So abstract means, for example, always start with the backslash and begin curly bracket and abstract, that will appear here. And once you click it, you will get begin abstract and end abstract. Whatever you begin, surely that will end with that particular name. Okay, so I have my own document here. I'll open that and copy paste it for better understanding. So this is one of my students project, so I'll take the thing and paste it. So begin abstract, end abstract. You need not worry about the alignment this side. So you just focus on only the content, not the alignment what is over here. Just compile it. You see the thing, abstract. So always abstract will appear like this. But if you copy and paste some other content after this end abstract, okay, and compile it, you will not get this type of formatting, right? So abstract will always be looking like this in most of the scientific journals. So overlap also designed that abstract, begin abstract and end abstract should always look like this. And if you copy any other content apart from begin abstract and end abstract, that will appear as a normal text typing in this particular margin. Okay, and you can wonder that why do we have this much space, top, left, bottom, and other locations. So you can correct that also. Okay, so how do you correct, or how do you make correction on a margin setup? So that also can be done. I'll remove this abstract thing and I'll run once again. So you will have only the document, and to show or to completely fill the page, I'll recopy once again. Yeah, so you can see that there are two pages. So how to set up a margin? So to set up a margin, you need a package. That package, so if you type use, that also that itself will give you use package, and the package name is geometry. And when you type 2 to 3 words, sorry, the letters, that will give you the thing. So use package, what I have given is geometry. So geometry will give you the margin setup and page orientation and page orientation. So what you're going to add, you're going to use geometry, useful for margin setup. And one more thing, since it is a programming syntax kind of thing, it is not just only way to define your margin. There are other ways also available, because it is a programming language. Depends on the skill and depends on the requirement. One can use however they want. But what I'm doing is I'm going to give you one type of ways to set up the margin. But apart from that, you can use many kind of alignment. Not only just for alignment and page setup, for almost all the things, there are two to or more than one type of setup is available. But for this webinar, I'm going to use one or two setup to make you to understand this. Okay, so in geometry, I can give A4 paper also, which means I'm going to set up an A4 paper here, and after that, just type top 20 mm and bottom is equal to 20 mm, left is equal to 20 mm, and right is equal to 20 mm, and compile it. And if there is an error, that will give you what it is. If not, you can see the difference. So it was 2 page setup, but now it is in 1 page because of the margin alignment. And if you want to change the margin alignment, you can do it. I'll put 10 over here to differentiate this and compile it. See, the change appeared. And if you want to change left side, let me put 30. So all will go from left to right side, the spacing. Okay, so this is how you can set up what is the space that should be appear in the top, left, right and bottom. It's depends on the requirement or report writing, or depends on whatever the requirement you want. You can produce with the help of this geometry and geometry package. Without geometry package, this will not happen. You may get some syntax error also. Okay, so this is all about set up a margin in a document. And then, so some journals, they do not have a single page set, which means the single column setup. They have a multi-column setups. If you take an IEEE paper itself, it's a 2-column paper. So you need to understand how to create different columns for creating a documents. So there is a package again. That package is called multi-col. I'll use slash use package, so that will come as like this. So use multi-col as a multi-column creation, and for multi-column you can set length also. So length means what could be the space between the columns, that is called. So column, column separation, and I'll give 0.5 centimeter. Okay, and then I'll go here and type begin multi calls, so that appeared here. And how many columns you want, I'll put 2 columns for now, and copy the content, paste it between these two. So between these two we have given multi calls. Now see, but after that, after end multi call, if you give a document, that will not be a 2 column. Okay, so whatever that begins with begin multi-calls and ends with multi-calls, they will appear as a 2-column thing. Or if you want 3 columns, you can just give 3 over here and compile it. Control S is also a compiler. Now you can have 3 columns. And other document that appeared here, I copied other documents after this multi-call that appeared as a normal margin setup columns. Okay, so this is all about multi-column and other things with the help of this one. And if you want to set up the spacing between the columns, if you want to increase or decrease, I put 1 centimeter. Now you see the increment between the columns. Okay, or if you put 1 em, and you mathematics and completely know this about em, cm, mm. It's all about the size, right? So 1 em, that gives you like this. Okay, so this is all about margin setup, creating 2 column, 3 column, between the column how much space you require, everything can be done with the help of this. Okay, you copied a document and you have a document, and if you want to create more paragraphs in between, then what do you do? So let me click somewhere here. If you click this side, approximately the location will appear here. You need not to search where it is available and other things. If you just click it, that will approximately go to this particular location. So let me use this paper present. So you can have this paper present over here. So I'm going to use it as a next para. So just put backslash par space, and you can see the difference. See here, this paper present appeared as a next paragraph. So par is nothing but a paragraph. So if you give par, the alignment will be similar to the previous paragraph. You can see the similarities. Okay, and not only with this, but if you want to increase the space between these 2 paragraphs, still you can do this, which means we already have a packages which is called multi-column and other things. So for creating more space, you want to create a space packages. So the only disadvantages we can consider it as a increasing more packages. So this is all about set space that will give you spacing between the lines, between the paragraph and the other informations. So I'll put space V space. Okay, if you give V space, and you can give space, for example, 0.5 cm, and compile it. So sometimes when you compile, it may take a little time because it is an online compiler, but now you can see the difference. Okay, if you want, so em control s, you can see the differences. 5 em or 0.5 em. So V space, that tells you vertical space. Okay, V means vertical alignment space. So if you want horizontal space somewhere like I'll use some other location at the end. Yeah, the proposed method. So slash h space, and you can give 1 centimeter or 2 centimeter, 0.5 centimeter, and the last line will appear with horizontal space of 0.5. Now you see the difference here. Okay, so to give more space for better understanding will be helpful. Yeah, so like that one can increase or decrease the horizontal space as well as vertical space, or if you want paragraph you can give paragraph, or after giving paragraph also you can give slash h space 1 cm and compile it. Yeah, like that you can create your own space between the paragraph and other things. Okay, so this is all about vertical space, horizontal space, and setting the margin and other informations. Okay, so for that you need a package which is called set space. Then fine, I do not want this paragraph to be appear in the first page, I want to make this in the next page. So what you are going to do is you are going to use another keyword which means backslash page break. Yeah, so that is moved to the second page. So everything is a keyword, and again I'll tell you this is not the only way to break the page. You have other syntaxes also available that also used to shift this page to the next page. Okay, so like that we can create alignment and spacing and other information. So this is all about spacing between paragraph, spacing in the line or vertical way. But how do you make spacing between the lines? If you want 1.5 or 2 line spacing, 3 line spacing, then how do you make that kind of spacing between things? Okay, and one more thing, so this is all about breaking the page. But if you want to create next line, so this is a complete paragraph right side, right? So I want to make the 3 lines, last 3 lines to the next line. Then you can give double backslash and compile it. That will come as a next line. But the notable difference between 2 line and para is paragraph means you will have a tab information over here. Okay, but the double line means that will just bring you to the next line alignment, not to the next para alignment. If you give par pa or paragraph slash paragraph, then that will give you a paragraph alignment, paragraph setup like this. Okay, and that's what over here, this is a paragraph alignment, we have given par here, and this is a double slash that brought us to the next line directly. Okay, so this is about the thing. So for now I'll stop this multi-column so that we can discuss other information with this. And like other languages, if you give percentage symbol, and this will not be enabled. Okay, which means multi-column will not be enabled here, and use package can be there, no issues at all. Only the syntaxes that is going to change with the help of this one. Okay, now I cleared multi columns to show you other things. Okay, so page break is over, and how to give next line also we discussed, and how the next thing is how to give space uh, between the line, which means 2 line spacing, 3 line spacing. So that is a keyword. Again, you want to begin where the document you want to begin, you can have. So I'll take somewhere in the second paragraph. So after this page break, I'll use begin spacing. So begin spacing is a keyword, and end spacing will appear automatically. I'll copy some 4 5 lines and paste it here. And what is the line space you require? For example, 2 line space. Then just give 2 and compile it. Now you see the difference. So these 5 6 lines appeared as a 2 line spacing, and others appeared as a normal 1 line spacing or 1 point spacing. Okay, so like that one can change this one. Instead of 2, you can give 1.5 line spacing. Yeah, now you see the difference. So this is all about giving space between the lines. Okay, again I'll tell you, this is not the only way to give spacing between the lines. You can have other keywords, set stretch also available, that also useful to give a spacing between or among the lines. So that is also can be used. And not only with that, directly you can give 1.5 spacing, which means backslash 1.5 spacing, backslash double spacing. All these things will also be helpful in giving the space between the or among the lines. Okay, so this is all about spacing between the lines. And font. So as I showed in the last slide, I guess, so how to change size of the font? So with the help of this information you can use. Say for example, I'll use, okay, this over here. I'll go to the last line, the proposed method. I'll use backslash. So the next line over here. So I'm going to make the size is huge. So I'm going to give begin huge. So then it should be end huge. And the last 3 lines should appear between this. And compile it. Now you see the difference. So like that you can change the size of the things also. And not only size, if you want to bold this particular word robustness, then you can use the bold keyword. And also you can use italic also, right? So if you want to make it as bold, then text BF is your bold. Now you see the difference, robustness. And if you want to make it as italic as well as bold, then you can use text IT, which means italic of this one. Compile it. If there is an error, syntax error, that will show you. So I left backslash, so it does not take as a syntax. Instead it considered as a normal text over here. So you need to put backslash and compile it. Now you see the difference, italic mode. So like that one can use different styles, different shapes, different colors also available. Now colors also available. So if you want to make it as a color, you have to have a color package. So use package of X color that appear here, and then the same location I'm going to make this as a colorful one, watermark. Okay, so for that use color. On the color name, which is red or blue, you can use different color name, and the next word after the syntax will appear in the red color. Yeah, so if you change it into blue and compile it, it appears as a blue. And if you want to make bold, italic, and color blue. Everything can be possible by combining all these syntaxes. Okay, so this is how you can change font style, font size, font color even, right? Which means if you want to bold or italic, that can be also done with the help of this particular syntaxes in LaTeX. Okay, so these are all the basic information, and after that you want to know how to make it as a center, left alignment, and right alignment, all these things. So let me take this watermark word. So if you double click it, that will appear approximately over here. So after that, let me put some keyword, JC Lecture Academy. Okay, now we are going to make it as a center alignment, left alignment, and right alignment. So it is very simple. So again, you want to begin and end centering. So this will be slash begin centering. That will appear end center also. And copy the content between these two. Yeah, that appeared over here, because whatever the text you are going to give after this syntax, that will appear over here. Okay, in the same color. And this is about center alignment. And if you want to make it as a left alignment or right alignment, then there is a keyword which is called flush left and flush right. I have given that in the over here. So begin flush left, begin sorry, end flush left, and whatever the thing you are going to give in between, that will appear as a left alignment and right alignment and center alignment. So that word is flush left. Okay, Control X V, delete this. Flush left, flush right, that will give you this one. Okay, if you change left to right, that will come at the right side. Compile it, right alignment. And if you want to give horizontal space, you can use the required space. It is not just left, right, and middle. You can use the h space keyword to make which or how much space you want to give. That can be possible with the help of h space and v space. Okay, but for now, there are left, right, and center alignment is possible with this. And h space will give you how much particular space you need. That can be done with the help of h space and v space between the line. Okay, so these are all the basic information, and the next thing is the most important thing, which is sectioning. I'll break the page to bring this introduction to the next page, so that we'll discuss more about introduction, section, and other things. Okay, so this is all about sectioning. So section means if you are writing a report or if you're writing a journal, there are plenty of sections available. Say for example, abstract can be considered as one section, introduction can be considered as another section, or if you're writing an algorithm, that can be considered as another section, or within the algorithm you may produce one or two subsection also, which means 2.1. 2 means algorithm, 2.1 is proposed algorithm, 2.2 is existing algorithm. So like that, if you want to create sections and subsections also possible with the help of this particular keyword, which is called section introduction. Okay, so if you produce section and introduction, that will appear as a introduction part. Okay, so you need a keyword which is called slash section introduction, and introduction I'll put some random text, and random dummy text also available in LaTeX itself. I'll paste it here and compile it. Now you see. Okay, so this is all about sectioning, and we'll have one more section for better understanding. So section backslash section. So introduction, next one is algorithm, and over here you copy some text. Now you can see the difference. So section 1 and section 2 has been created. And if you want subsection, which means in the algorithm, I want to create one more subsection, which means 2.1, 2.2, I like that. Then you can have backslash subsection, sorry, spelling mistake. Yeah, subsection. And I'll give some rules and compile it. You will have 2.1. Okay. And subsection also available, subsection, which will give you 2.1.1. So rules of rules, just some keyword. Okay. And to differentiate this, let me put some text over here and compile it. Right. So this is all about creating section and the subsection. Okay. Yeah. So if you put star over here, which means over the section, then the section number will go away, right? And algorithm will begin with number 1, 1.1, 1.2. Previously it was 2 and 2.1. So with this star you can cancel the numbering the section. Okay, now you see 2, 2.1, 2.2 with just a star symbol. If without star it is numbering, with the star it is not numbering. Okay, so this is all about sectioning. And after that you may have some bulletin and enumerating some text content over here. So for that I'll go to rules, double click the rules. Approximately that will give you the rules location. So after this I'm having for example, I'm going to create bulletin points, or I'm going to number some bulletin points. Then how to do is, so that is also possible in LaTeX, especially in overlap. So there are two things, one is bulletin, the other one is numbering. So for that you need to begin enumerate. So enumerate is a keyword which is for numbering the uh, bulletin points. So for example, first rule, I'll give first rule. So enumerate, and second item also I'll put it a item, second rule, and compile it. Yeah, so 1 and 2. So enumerate will give you numbers 1, 2, and so on. Whichever number you want, you can use it. The same way, bulletin also possible. But some location you may have 1.1, 1.1.2, like that also available. So for that you have to create over here begin enumerate. Once again you want to give begin enumerate in between the first number and second number, and you give first of first rule and compile it. See here, first of first rule. Like that you can create one more section after this also. So like that one can produce one point A, B, C, and so on. Okay. And here if you put one more item, second of first rule, So in between one enumerate, you are going to create another enumerate, and in the second enumerate, if you give first item, that will be considered as A, and if you put second item, that will be considered as a D, and so on. Okay, so like that you can create any possible combination, which means in terms of numbering and other things. So when you put numbering 1 and then A, like that it will go. For that second rule also, you can create numbering like this. If you want to instead of giving numbering, if you want to give some kind of bulletin location, then that is also possible with the help of keyword which is called itemized. Begin itemize, and end items will automatically appear. So I'll copy the same content for time being. Control C, Control V, and yeah, so bulletin appear. So this is all about bulletin of points, and like this also you can create inside the bulletin. You can also create this. So this is enumerate, but I'll change it into itemize. So bulletin star and other informations available. There might be an error. Environmental itemize undefined. Now it is okay. So begin itemize, end itemize will automatically appear. Yeah. So within this, if you want one more bulletin, that will appear as a dashed line. Or if you want one more thing, that may appear as a star point. So like that, one can extend the sub bulletin as well as sub numbering also. Okay, with the help of itemize and with the help of enumerate, that can be possible. Okay, so you have created number of sections and rules and other informations. And in usually report writing, we usually give a table of content, which means page number and the title, exact word, everything we need to be very careful when we are writing a table of content. But here, if you write table of content just with the word table of contents, there is a spelling mistake. Now you will see the difference. Contents. So table of contents in the first page that appeared. So introduction 1, algorithm 2.1 and 2.11 appear in the page number 5. That appeared in the page number 5 like this. So 2.1, 2.2, that itself will align the subdivision, which means subsection, subsubsection also. Okay. So this is all about table of content that will itself will create. Okay. If you want to change into Roman letter, that is also possible, which means say for example, if you are giving this table of content in somewhere else, which means after make title, then you can see the difference. After the title you have a table of content. So I'll go make this nowadays into the next page. So page break, compile. Now you see everything is over. So like that you can use as many sections as possible in LaTeX, and with the help of that you can create table of content with a single word, which is called table of content with this backslash. Okay, and if you want to make this Arabic number into Roman letters, that is also possible. For example, slash page numbering numbering Roman and sorry, begin document, end document. No. Now you see everything appeared in a Roman letter. So introduction is in the 5th page, okay, and that's why it appeared as a 5th page content, okay. And I'll give you a small home assignment that in the table of content itself, that one can create one particular thing is in a Roman letter and others may appear in the what is it called Arabic number, okay. That is also possible. You can try yourself how to create one with Roman, other with the Arabic numbers, okay. It is simple. There is a keyword is available. If you Google it, you can get it, okay. Slash page number Arabic means that will give you Arabic, nothing else, okay. So for example, above this section subsection, you can use that particular word which means page numbering Arabic, that's all. Okay, I'll give you that as a home assignment. You can try with the help of page number and other informations. Okay, so you try this with yourself. Okay, and if there is any error appeared, then you can give set counter page, and like that there are other information also available, which means you are giving this is introduction in the 5th page, but algorithm should start as 1. That also possible, because after 5th page it should appear as 6, but if you are typing a report and this algorithm should start with 1 2 3, that is also possible with the help of a set counter with with page count 5 or 6 or 4, whatever the thing you can define over here, okay. So these two kindly take it as a home assignment and try it yourself, so that you'll understand even more clear. So this is all about uh, paragraph setting, page setting, alignment, spacing, normal table of content, report typing, everything, okay. And being a mathematical faculty, you will be mostly exciting and waiting for equations alignment and equation typing. So I'll create a new page from here, mass equation, any file name, right. So mass equation over here, and for that also you want to have the first and foremost thing is document class. I'll copy and paste it. And for mathematics, there are some useful packages available. So if you type use package and type math, you will see different mathematics packages. So you just click everything when you have packages available and type math. So math tools, use packages, and some other content, AMS font, AMS symbol, all these things, or for mathematics. I'll copy just 4 or 5 things, that will be enough for us to discuss. Some AMS packages and math tools. So use package. I'll take AMS stack. So this is supporting for font, and the last one I'll take from AMS package. Right. So this is enough for us, and we want to create always begin document and end document. Within this, whatever the things you are going to give will appear. So this is a new page, okay. So I have just given only LaTeX, so that appeared over here. So in equation typing, I'm not going to tell you how to type equations over here. Instead, how to align equation and how to numbering the equation, how to give spacing or proper alignment setuping for the equations. And if you are good at math type, as well as if you are good at Word document, it is easy to convert Word format into LaTeX coding, and it is easy if you are converting from math type software to LaTeX code. I'll tell you at the end of this particular topic, okay. It is easy if you're okay with Word equation or okay with math type software. It is 100% easy to convert into LaTeX code, okay. You need not worry about, or you need not depend on any other else to support for typing mathematics code in the LaTeX. I'll tell you how to convert that easy way. That is the most important area where you want to give your most attention. Okay, so equation means there are two kind of equations. So for example, inline equation, which means you are typing a line, and within the line itself, if you want to have a equation, so for example, inline equation I'm creating, right? So for example, with some square root of, spelling mistake, so square root of, so if you want to give inline equation, you have to produce a dollar symbol. Okay, so within this dollar symbol, whatever you type, square root of some a plus, sorry, a plus b whole square. Compile it. Yeah. So within the line itself, this will appear not as a equation or equation numbering, just what you are giving here, that will be taken as an inline equation. Okay. So this is one way to type equations within the line. Okay. There are other ways also available. You can try it out. And the second thing is, you want to type a equation which with the number, without number, or if you want to have array of equations, and how do you make equal symbol is same for all the equations. So for that, let me begin with equation. So begin equation. So you might have wondered that why star is over here, because the star that gives you no equation number. Like in the section, with the star there is no number for the section. Here also with the star there is no number for the equation. So let me put begin and equation. So I'll use a simple equation, okay, for understanding. So let us put a square plus b square equal to slash some log of a plus b, and I know a square plus b square is not equal to a plus log a plus b, and you mathematics people are well aware about that. Just for understanding, I'll give some random values and equations. Now you can see the difference. So a square plus b square is equal to log of a plus b, and that is considered as a equation 1. Or if you want one more equation, just copy and paste it, and I'll put minus in between, and in front of it let me put some x of t. Now you see first equation and the second equation, it has been taken as a first equation and second equation, and you can see the equation is not in the same order. Okay, so how do you make it as a same order? Okay, so that is also possible. And if you want to cancel any equation number in some location, because some location you may not refer equation numbers, in that location you can put star, so the second equation will go away. Okay, so for now, let it be okay, because if you are creating another equation, it will be considered as a second equation, not the third equation, because second is gone. So the next equations will be appear as a second equation. Okay, and if you have a list of equations, right, then how do you make? Instead of copying every time a begin equation, end equation, like that, instead of doing that, you can just type only the equation within the other area, where it is called begin equation array. So the keyword is eqn array. If you type, end array will appear. So in between these two, if you copy just as many number of equations as possible, and I'll use some x of t is equal to mx plus c, and compile it. You will get everything in the same line, right? Though you have typed here three different line, it appeared as a second line. But if you want to make each and everything in the single line, as I said in the paragraphing, you want to give double backslash. That will make everything in the second line, which means the next line. Now you see the difference. Okay, though you change the next line, but still the alignment x of t and all these equal symbols are not in aligned or in order. So how do you make it as order? So I'll copy the content so that you can understand the difference. So in before and after the equal symbol, just put and symbol. It is not whether you have given space or not, no issues, just compile it. Now you see the difference between these three and these three. I'll zoom it for more clarity. Okay, so these equations are not in order, but see this equation. So like that, as many equations you want, you can type it and create in the perfect alignment and order with the, with the equation number, proper number. And wherever you do not want number, you can cancel it. But one can ask, if you give equation array star, all the number will go away. How do you make one of the lines which should not have the particular numbering? Then you can just put no number. It's very simple, and that has been taken from AMS mass command. Okay, and which means that sixth equation will go away, seventh will be replaced with 6. Okay, sorry, no numbering should come before the backslash. If you give after the backslash, then the next equation will be taken as a no numbering equation. Now you see, sixth is gone, seventh is replaced with 6 with a proper alignment. Okay, this is called all about equations, equation alignment, equation numbering, and other things. And one more thing, that it appears 1, 2, 3, and so on. You can change it as a Roman letter also, as well as Arabic also. You can keep it. That's what I told you to try. And not with this. If you have a section, inside the section, if you want, say for example, first section means you want to have equation number 1.1, 1.2. If it is subsection means it should be 1.1.1, 1.1.2, like that also can be created with this particular thing. So which is called numbering within the section. Okay, so the keyword is number within, here itself it came, within equation and the section. Okay, and after that you put section, any section intro, and I'll use some equation with the begin and the end. Curly bracket missing. Yeah, you can see it. So within the section, right, you can have a 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, and so on. If it is a subsection, then sorry, you copy this, and before that give subsection equation, and then create subsection. For example, algorithm. I'm creating name for subsection and copy some equation. So 1.1 is algorithm, and this is 1.1 point first equation, 1.1 point second equation. Like that, it will go till whatever the equation or how many equations you are going to type within this. Okay, so this is all about alignment, especially the equal alignment, typing equations within the section, and how to make the different equations within the same line. All these things are within the line, all these things are appeared over here. But if you are good at math type software, and what is that called, Word document, which means the recent version of Word, then still you will be able to create LaTeX code without knowing how to type LaTeX for the different equations. I'll show you that it is a shortcut method, and most of you might have used this math type software because you are a mathematics faculty and student. So take it as granted because it is available here. So let me click some random equations. So minus b plus or minus and equal to some limit a square plus b square. Okay. And what you want to do is, so before doing this, once you installed this math type software, go to preference and get into this cut copy preference and click this math HTML and TX. TX is for LaTeX coding. That itself will give you LaTeX code. You do not want to know how to create LaTeX for these type of equations. Without knowing that, you can just copy and paste it in the editor window somewhere here. And this is a math type code created and so on. And just remove this before and after and use begin equation, compile it. If there is an error, you can see it. Now you see it clearly appeared over here. So you need not worry about how to type LaTeX code in the texting box. Instead, you can just type the equation. If you are familiar with the equation typing in math tool, which means math type, not only math type, there are plenty of other softwares available that will give you LaTeX code for this particular mathematics. Any mathematics, you can get it. Okay, with all the symbols and other things that will exactly appear over here. You can see it, minus b plus or minus a square. And if you want to have an alignment, you can use array to align all these things with the and symbol. That will appear as a good aligned equations. This is one way to create a LaTeX code for LaTeX code by using math type. And if you are good at words, which mean Microsoft Word with recent version, there itself you can have a equation editor, and within that you can edit some equations. It is available equation here. Let me take some large, oh, let me put this. Okay, and here itself you can see in equation there is a option which is called LaTeX, right? If you select this, then this will sorry, control A, use, yeah, see here the LaTeX code appeared. So after clicking LaTeX, just copy this, click the equation. Instead of having minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus a bsc, that itself will give you LaTeX code. And copy that and go to the editor window somewhere here and paste it and use begin or end equation. That will give you the proper alignment. But for now, it is not properly aligned. Okay. So somewhere it is misaligned. So insert equation, control A, delete. LaTeX. Okay. Now you see, this is the thing we copied from Word document. Okay, this equation, and you can see the difference. So you need to give the line in the equation formatting, which means begin equation and end equation. Otherwise you have to give dollar symbol if you want to take it as a inline text like this. If not, there might be some fraction of error appeared over there. Okay, so this is all about two ways you can create latex code for whatever the math equations you have by using word, or you are using a math type or any other softwares, which almost all the softwares they have their own latex code also. So that will be helpful for creating and numbering your equations like this. Okay, so the only thing is this is a programming kind of thing, so you need to work out and try it out so that you can understand the things which are behind this. And once you are working with that, you'll be able to get more information about all these things, because there are different syntaxes available. Whatever I used, it is just one way to represent these things. There are plenty of other ways also available to use it. Okay, so this is all about math type and other informations. And we are not going to stop with only mathematics, but we have a output table also. If it is a scientific journal or report, we are going to give you some kind of tables. So tables will also be there available in all the journals. So to create a table, I'll use one more new sheet. And as usual, you want to have use package, and the main text is document class. Just put like this, and use package. So for table, you can have some tabular X, and if you want to have some kind of multi-row, multi-column, and multi-column tables, multi-row tables, you can have it. Multi-column, multi-row. If you want to give captions, use package captions available. And if you want to have sub caption, that is also available, which means you're not going to stop with only one table. You're going to have multi tables, right? So sub table means you can give sub caption like that. And if you want to have floating kind of thing, I'll tell you what it is. Floating, you want to have float. So this is enough for creating a simple tabular. And I'll tell you a shortcut also how to create a table from Excel to LaTeX. And this is appearing because there is no begin document, there is no end document, so this compiled will not work. Okay, so let me put begin with the backslash, documents, and end document, and whatever you are going to type between this will work. Okay, so to create a table, you need to have some kind of Excel that also will be helpful to create a table. If not, this will be a little bit tedious work to create a table. Excuse me, 1 minute, I'll get some drinks, I'll get some water. 2 minutes please. Okay, sorry for the delay. Right, so let us create a table, simple table, and then how to get tables from Excel. I'll tell you the shortcut. Okay, shortcut will be more helpful than typing in the LaTeX. So as usual, begin table, begin. If you type it, it will give you. So once you typed, that itself give you the things, right? So centering the table, begin tabular, and the content, end tabular, the caption of the table, and this is a label for references. And if you type h is nothing but float. Float means at which location you are going to create a table. For example, I'll copy some text. over here, and also some text after this. I'll compile it first and then I'll show you. Now you see the documents appeared, but no table, proper table, because we haven't given anything over here. Okay, so centering is available already, and the table name is, you can give anything, age calculator for example. And this is C means not column, it is a center alignment. Column means you just give one straight line. C means centering, and one more straight line, right? And compile it, you can see the difference in the table. Now you see, so which means one box, two box, three box. Between two line, you have one box. Okay. And symbol means before and after what you're going to give. For example, serial number, name. Since there are three boxes, I'll use two and three text, name and age. And second line, uh, one, and name and 30. And now you see the difference. If there is an error, you can see that. Now you see table has been appearing, but you did not have any H line, which means horizontal line. So to create a horizontal line, you have a syntax is called H line / H line. Now you see, compile it. See, so after this, you want to give H line, and after this also you need to give H line. Now you see the table. Misplaced, you cannot use H rule except with the header. Use double line. Okay. Now you see we have created a simple table. So like that, you can create as many rows, as many columns as possible. Okay. So you copy things. So once you compile, you will come to know what type of error appeared. Now I just copied and pasted things. Now you can, like that, you can extend the uh, row as well as column. If you give one more C and straight line, C is centering, not a column. Okay, you'll get some kind of awkward here because no fourth line appeared. Okay, so you need to give like this. So like this, one can extend any kind of tables. But how to create a tables in a easy way is, you can create a table from Excel to here, right? I'll show you that how to create Excel to here. So you have a caption over here. Caption is age calculator, and if you copy or cut and paste it after begin, the table name will appear in the top of the table. Okay, so wherever it is required, you can just copy and paste it. And float, another information, the important thing. H is for float. Float is simply at which location you have created table is between therefore and initially, correct? So that is actually called float, at which approximately this will take the location where you are typing or creating the table information. If you do not give this, just type T, the table will shift to the top, or just type B, compile it, the table will go to the bottom. Okay, so float means at which location you are creating it, approximately it will take that location over here. Okay, next we'll move to the Excel to LaTeX. That is the important thing. So to create Excel to LaTeX, you have to download a small software, very small software, which is Excel to LaTeX. There are other softwares also available. You can see CTEAM. This website also will provide you Excel to LaTeX. over here. Yeah, so this is a package. You can download and install the package. Will be working or converting your Excel into LaTeX format. Or there is another package, Excel to latex.com itself will give you a small package. It is a very simple package, no, not much size. Okay, so I have already installed it. It's a small Excel package, and just open it and enable this macro and create a table. Okay, so I've already created a table for time saving. Now so once you have installed this, then go to add in. This will appear here, which means you want to open your Excel through that Excel to LaTeX format, not directly Excel. So instead you just open Excel to LaTeX format, and if you go to add in, you can see the convert table to LaTeX. So you just copy this table, convert to LaTeX, and this is the coding. Okay, you see H line is for creating a horizontal line like we did in the previous table. So now just copy, go to editor window over here. So copy and paste. Sorry, so I did not copy properly. Control C. Now I'll just compile and you see what is the difference. Now you see table just appeared, and the important thing is um, you do not have any captions, you do not have any other table numbers, table values, which means what I mean is table 1, table 2, and table caption is not available, because what we have done is we have just copied the table. Okay, so you want to create this content, begin table, end table, table caption, all these things. If you do so, this will be okay for creating a table. Okay, so this will give you a proper table alignment with the proper name when you have a begin table, float table, as well as top or bottom, whichever the thing we are producing, that will be okay for us. Okay, and space between table and title also possible. Okay, that can also be possible, and if you want, you can have some vertical space, 1 centimeter, maybe too high. Yeah, now you see the difference. So once you understand the keywords usage, then you can use it wherever it is required. So previously it was attached to the table, now it has been taken with 1 centimeter distance. So like that, one can create a table, table name, all these informations are easily done with the help of Excel to LaTeX conversion. Okay, so being a faculty or a student, and if I'm creating a journal or report, this particular thing is easy in Excel. But if you want to do that in LaTeX, just do Excel to LaTeX conversion and do it as you wish. Okay, and we are not going to stop with that, because some figures also you're going to include in the report or journals. So how to create a figure, or how to add a figure into the document. Okay, I'll create a simple figure sheet. So why I'm doing separate sheet is to understand things maybe more clearly with the packages. Okay, so first I'll copy the first line as usual in the figure, and then you want to add use packages for figure. So what are all the use packages? So there are 2 to 3 packages are enough, but still, if you want to have captions, sub captions, then you have to use those things also. Use package, caption, and sub caption if you want. So these things are available with the graphics word itself. But still, if you want to have float, and that also possible here, use package, figure, subfigure, some information that you need to add over here. And there is no begin document, end document. That is why it is showing error. So begin document, end document. In between, I'm going to add some text and the figure. That's all. So in between these two, I'm going to create, because this way you can understand how the float works. Float means approximately the image will take this particular location. Okay. So if you want this font, can be taken. So now I'm going to create figure between these two. Okay. So for that, as usual, begin keyword with figure, and you'll get the things. So once you start the figure, that itself give you centering, including graphics and captions, label, and end figure, everything. Okay. So include graphics, you are going to give the detail of your figure you want to upload. So you can see this is an upload option here, and either you can add from other projects, like if you want to add some projects, you can do it from here. Otherwise, you can upload from computer. I've already taken two images for this webinar. Yeah. So this is college logo and one of my students' project. So I uploaded the name of the images two. You can click and watch ABC. You can click and watch. Okay, and go to figure text. So what you are going to give is you are going to use H for floating, which means it will take approximately between these two paragraphs. And include graphics, you go to give abc.png, that itself appear. And this is all about logo. Just compile it and see the difference. If there is any error, you can convert or change it. Now you see that appear. But the size of the logo is too large. So if you want to reduce the size, that also possible. So in include graphics, create a square box. Okay, within that you can specify the size of the or width of the particular logo. So width is equal to, for example, I'll put 0.3 of text width. Text width. I compile it and you'll see the difference what it is. Yeah. So which means 0.3 of the text width. So this is the text width, right? The width of the text appear between here. So 0.3 means approximately it will take 0.3, which means 30 percentage of your the entire length, entire text length, the text width. Okay. So this is a possible way you can do it. And label here, I forgot to tell you that in the table also. So label means this will give you to refer the tables. For example, you are giving reference, okay, let it be figure colon my label. So if you want to label it, which means you are going to refer it, then put refer, which means cross reference, and within this you have a figure dot my label. It appeared automatically. If you change the name, that also will have. So attacks in figure, and you see the figure 1 appeared over here. So this is called labeling. This is possible in what is that called table, as well as possible in equation also, because in equation writing and typing we will refer first equation in this paragraph, refer second equation over here. So like that also it is available to what is that called refer your equation in some other location is also possible by giving a keyword equation ref, right? Eq ref, there is a keyword that is useful for creating referring the equations, and you can try it yourself, because whatever the small topics I miss out, you just try and take it as a home assignment for the more understanding. Okay, so this is all about creating images within the paragraph by using float. If you change it to T, it will appear into top, B means bottom, that you all aware of that. Fine. So for this case I'll use just H. And there is another option which is called two figures in the same location. Okay, so to show that I'll take some text to represent it neatly. Okay, over here I'm going to create two tables. Since we are almost past 12:10, I'll just copy the text and explain it, because we need to discuss reference also. So what you want to make sure is, you want to make sure the the name of the figure. Okay, let me recompile it. If there is an error, you can rectify it, no issues. Yeah, so two figures on the same page. What I've done is just nothing like itemizing and enumerating. We have given two figures within this figure. Okay, so this is the first statement, figure and end figure. Okay, and center alignment, that is okay. And in between figure I have given the begin subfigure, end subfigure. So subfigure means the first subfigure is 2.png with is equal to line width and zero point 0.4 of its line width. And similarly the second one, and in between the what is it called, space, you can use space also, H space, that will give you space between the two logos. Okay, if you change the thing, that will show you the distance. Okay, and two captions, one is proposed method, another sub images NEC logo, and you can see everything is appear with the figure 2 caption, which is workshop. Okay, so it is very simple way to create two images in the same location, and also it is a floating image, and that is why it is over here. If you put top or bottom, that will change to top or bottom of the page. Okay, and one more thing I forgot to tell you, that if you have tables, different tables, then you can give list of tables also, and compile it. See, and since we have used table caption for only one table that appear in the first page, that comes over here. Okay, I'll put a page break for more understanding. Yeah, so list of tables also appear in the content tables. The same way you can use it for figure also, list of figures, that will give you a list of figures also. Okay, so this is all about creating figures and what is that called, making two figures and a list of figures. Compile it and go to the first page. List of figures appeared, and I'll put page break. Yeah, now you can see figure 1 and figure 2 appeared in the second page. Okay, so this is all about inserting figure and creating two figures side by side, and like that you can create other informations like one by one image segments, and many other items also available, right? You can refer it and take it as a home assignment. And we are in the last topic, which is references. So references, for reference also you need some package, and the most important packages are site as well as and bibliography. So usually we call it as a bibliography, right? And I'll copy the thing as usual, put it over here, and use package of two important thing. One is bib latex, because bibliography it is called, right, somewhere. And then use package for citation. You can use cite, or you can use hyperref also for references. If you compile it, you will get an error because no begin and end document. So I'll put with the backslash begin document and end document. I'll create some reference in between. To create a reference in between begin and end document, you want to create a bib items. Like itemized, we created no item 1, item 2, item 3. Like this, a bib item is first reference, bib item 2 means second reference, and so on. So for that, let me begin the bibliography, the bibliography, and just give one or two or whatever the number which you wish. You can give 8 reference or more than that, depends on the requirement, right? And bib item means you can give r1, which means you can take this r1 as a reference to somewhere else in the document. So bib item is okay. So bib item 1, you are going to give the reference values. I'll copy some references from my students. And if you want, you can type also. I'm compiling it. Now you see. And if you want more, you can use bib item, and reference number you can give it as r2, or whatever the number you wish to give, you can give it. I'll copy some other reference. Yeah, now you see, this is how you can create your references. If you want to make bold, you can use bold syntax over here. If you want to make it the title italic font, you can use text it to make it italic. So like that, depends on the journal requirement, you can create it. Okay, and you can give the reference also. For example, I'll copy some content from here to refer, hyper refer. So let me put over here. Yeah, so you want to show some reference over here, then go that particular location, create site of r1 or r2, that depends on the reference. Okay, and you can take one small home assignment, that how to give suffix or superscript of the references. Some location we give a reference number straight away or the same as the content width, but some journals we will give you superscript, which means over the content we will give you 2, right? You take it as a home assignment and try yourself to make how to superscript the content and other things. Okay, superscript or subscript, that is also possible. With the keyword superscript and subscript, you can try it out. Okay, so this is all about contents, paragraph setting, figure insertion, tables, and references. Okay, so if you go to any journals, they have two kind of documents. One is a word document, the other one is latex formatting. So if you are going to download any latex formatting, then it is easy now to change the content, or you can make a change in the available LaTeX code of any journals. For example, let us take some standard journals templates. So in OverLife itself, there are plenty of templates available, and we engineering faculty usually go to IEEE kind of templates. So I'll take that content. So this is one of the IEEE template. So I'll open it, and if you view this template now, then you can understand, almost you can understand everything which is available in the LaTeX formatting. Yeah, so this is the output of your thing, which is IEEE format. And whatever we discussed from the title, paragraph settings, abstract, and bold, italic, colors, inserting tables, mathematical equations, all these things are available in this particular conference area. So this is your conference title, and if you double click it, you will go to this make title location, and you want to see where exactly the title is, and you can search also available. If you put control F, still you can search conference. Yeah, that is coming here, and other words. So like that you can go with the help of control F also. So this is your title, and you can change the title in any journal. I'll copy some of my students project and paste it in this location. So now you can see it is very easy how to change the title in the IEEE paper. Yeah, isn't it? And there are 6 author columns present. If you are having only 2 authors or 3 authors, no issues, you can delete these 3, and you can have only 3 or 2, or however you want to wish, you can have it. So I'll delete from here up to here, and if any missing curly bracket, that will give you in the error location. If not, you're perfect. Okay. And if you want to edit this name and other things, just go to this first place, first author. So author over here. So this is IEEE author block N. So first location is for the first author, and you can see text superscript is available here. That's what I said in the reference also. You can try it out, right? And the given name, the first author name, you can give. And if there is an error, you'll get to know that. Yeah, that's something I've deleted, unfortunately. Curly bracket is gone. Yeah, you see here, my name is here, and you can change department, other informations, all these things, right? And similarly, if you want to change abstract, you double click the abstract, that approximately go to the location of the abstract. And if you have a document, you can, your own document, you can copy and paste it. Very simple. And this is applicable to all journals LaTeX formatting. You can just change the things that will change over here. Yeah, just look how this will appear. And introduction, if you click introduction, it will go to here, and you can see this is what we have done in the paragraph setting, section introduction, and that is over here. So you can copy your content and paste it here. I'll paste some content. Yeah, introduction part appeared from here to here, and I'll click double click this ease of use, and it is over here. And this is a subsection, you can note this. Subsection means it appeared as a A. A is a maintaining integrity of the situation. If you remove this subscription, if you want to remove this, you can either delete it, or I'm just hiding it. See, the subsection is gone, only the content is appear. So like that, you can section, unsection, create a subsection. All these things are possible. And what else we discussed? We discussed about equations. I double click it and approximately it came over here. So this is equation number one. And we just, for simplicity and for understanding, I'll copy this. So you need to give in equation array, otherwise just copy and paste once again. Yeah, the equation appear itself without any alignment is required. Just copy paste is enough in the journal. Okay, so if you are using an array, then you can you have to be very careful by giving and symbol before and after this particular equal symbol. Okay, so this is all about creating equation and equation numbers. Okay, I hope you okay with this. And what else we discussed? We discussed about figures and tables. I'll use figure somewhere here. Okay, which means I'm going to use float to create a table, sorry, table or a figure within this location. So this is the approximate location when I double click here. And here you want to add some image. So let me take one of my image, or you can connect it from, okay. So slash begin figure, and just in the graphics location just give ABC, that itself appear. So it will appear as a larger picture. If you want to reduce the size, you can reduce the size also, no issues at all. Okay, so there is no float, so you have to give float. Float means it will appear that particular location where you want to have. So this is a larger size, so you can reduce the size also, like we discussed previously. Now width is equal to 0.3 of that particular area, all these things. Okay, I hope you are okay with that information, because we are already 12:30, we are closing the session, right? So this is all about inserting figure, and you can adjust the size, you can crop the size with the help of width of the image. Okay, and tables. So somewhere I'll create a table, some other location. Okay, I'll create a table after this introduced word. I double clicked and it appeared here, and I'll copy the table information from the previously discussed one. Either you can copy this larger table, or you can copy it from here. So I'll copy this table. Okay, Excel is available. Control A, Control C, and go to IEEE conference and paste it. Compile it. Table appear. So if you give a begin table with the float, this will appear properly. If you want to over here, then you can give float at this location. The table will appear here, because we have just given the information begin tabular. There is no captions, there is no proper way we introduced here, and that is why just a table appeared. If you use begin table with the float, then the table will appear properly at that particular location. There is no issues at all. Okay, and finally we discussed about references. So references we already discussed, and in the IEEE paper itself, this is a formatting, conference format, which means the reference which is equal to the content, not superscript or subscript. So you can use it, or you can choose any other ways also, no problem. So this is uh, citation is B6. I'll give B1, cite B1. Then reference number will change like this. Or if you do not want any reference number over here, just delete it from the journal document, then it will go. If you want full stop, you can keep it. Okay, so this is all about editing your available latex documents for any journals. Okay, so if you double click this side, it is not moving. Okay, it's fine. So this is all about journals. So like that, you can download any LaTeX format for any journals, and you can edit the documents with the information what I provided, right? Basic information like creating sections, adjustment of the line space. So if you want to 2-page or 3-page column, still you can. And if you want to insert a figure, still you can reduce the size of the figure. All these things are possible with the help of overlay itself. But if you want to have larger content, then you have to go to the premium, which means by using upgradation, you want to get a premium or upgrade version of this one, so that you can compile a larger document. If not, you can download midtex software, as well as text studio also available, which I showed in the last page, right? Text studio is available, and midtex, text maker, share LaTeX, all these things available. So before installing that, you have to download midtex software, where you can have all the packages which are available in the midtex. So once you downloaded the text file, and then you can install it, and you can have a customization or configuration between these two, and then you can use a text studio. And that is why I did not use any software, because if you download this packages, that itself will take half an hour, more than half an hour it is. That is why I chose the overlay to tell you the basic information which are required to create any journals. Okay. And if you are working with this information, and you will be able to understand more, and you can get clarity, and this will be useful for your syllabus also. I saw the syllabus also. I think I covered some of the or most of the portion. If I missed any of the portions, you kindly take it as a home assignment, because we already crossed 12:30. That's why. And with this, I'll complete my talk. And once again, I thank all the participants for the passion listening, and Principal Ma'am and Shanti Ma'am for organizing this seminar. And thank you. I hope I made it somewhat clear, 5 to 10 percentage about this LaTeX.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.